We cross them every day, yet we rarely stop to admire most of our bridges, let alone take a closer look. But for one Australian entrepreneur, the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge is an obsession. Sunday morning correspondent Lee Cowan shows us how that passion also led to a good business decision.
Not all bridges have fan clubs, but Australia's Sydney Harbour Bridge is a superstar in the superstructure world. After all, for most of us, that famous arch is the gateway to the new year. But for Paul Cave, the Sydney Harbour Bridge is personal.
Just slightly obsessive, just a tiny bit.
They're opening the bridge today.
His father-in-law bought the very first train ticket to cross that bridge when it opened back in 1932. It's the centerpiece of Paul's extensive and expensive collection of bridge-related memorabilia, some 4,000 artifacts in all. He even tracked down the sword used to cut the inaugural ribbon.
We actually spent 17 years looking for this.
But having ephemera wasn't enough. Paul wanted to touch the bridge, to feel it shake under his feet. So, one day, he talked a bridge foreman into letting him climb the bridge.
I was pretty nervous. I mean, I was petrified. Really, my knuckles as my leather shoes slid on those rails of that ladder. It was just mind-blowing.
So mind-blowing, he spent years and much of his own money trying to give others the same thrill. The result? The Sydney Harbour Bridge Climb, an attraction Lonely Planet called one of the world's biggest adrenaline rushes. As a tourist draw, it's great. We couldn't wait our turn. But as a business proposition, this was no easy sell.
The research and the homework took a lot longer than we thought it would.
Some 10 years, in fact, figuring out the environmental, historical, and most of all, safety issues involved.
And all these harnesses you guys designed specifically just for the bridge climb, yeah?
Yes, and it's probably a combination of the sort of equipment you use if you're cleaning the windows on a building or you're attached on a yacht.
Even the protective suit we're wearing was specially made to blend in with the bridge, so as not to distract drivers as you climb through its iron underbelly.
All this is the same. You haven't installed anything. This is just the catwalks that rose here, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Paul essentially leases the bridge from the Australian government. In exchange, he promised to use the tourist dollars to help pay for its upkeep.
I still can't help but feel like I'm not supposed to be up here. I feel like I snuck up on something I wasn't supposed to climb.
He gets some 200,000 climbers a year who pay up to $350 a pop for a trip to the top.
So this is the start of the arch, right?
You get there by climbing more than 1,400 steps, the same ones used by bridge workers themselves.
It's beautiful. And we're almost there.
Surprisingly, it's not really strenuous, unless you're afraid of heights.
It's like the view gets better and better.
As we climb some 40 stories above the water, we reach what everyone comes for. And we're told everyone says pretty much the same thing.
Wow!
The view is unsurpassed. Add in the wind and the sound of the cars far below, and you've got the making of a memory.
When you get up here, does this ever get old?
Look, it always pushes a button for me every time.
Had he listened to all those naysayers, this may never have happened. It's not the only bridge climb in the world, but this one is Paul's passion.
It was the pursuit of something that became an obsession and the pursuit of a journey. Nice to get to the end and nice to have it happen.
Not the end of the journey, just the top. For CBS This Morning, I'm Lee Cowan, high above Sydney.
All right.
It is an amazing experience. And,
You've done it, right?
Yeah, and you know I'm terrified of heights, but the fact that you're strapped in, I don't know how you got that picture because it's at home on my dresser. I don't
We
know
have
where
keys
you
to
got
your
that
apartment.
picture. Yeah. But I mean, they strap you in, and that suit that you have to wear, it has no pockets, nothing, so nothing can get caught. So once I had to have a little session because I was very afraid. But once you can see that you're totally safe, you guys would have no problem with it whatsoever.
I love it.
Nora, you wouldn't need a harness. You would just go
I'm going to do
scampering
it.
out.
It's on my bucket list.
Will you do it?
I will.
I like it.